Hello, and welcome to this MagicKitch'n training video. In this video, we will review temperature calibration for a solid-state controlled griddle. Before getting started, check to make sure that the griddle is being supplied with the correct voltage, gas type, and pressure. A steady supply of 7 inches to 8 inches water column is required for natural and 11 to 12 inches for LP. Manifold pressure should be 4 inches water column for natural and 10 inches water column for LP. Let's look at the tools required in order to properly calibrate your MagicKitch'n griddle. You have a flat blade and a Phillips head screwdriver, pliers, nut driver with a 5/16 socket, a temperature meter, and a solid surface griddle probe. It is always a good idea to remove the front panel and check to make sure the temperature probes are mounted properly and that they have not become dislodged prior to starting your calibration. In order to remove the front panel, you must first remove the grease drawer. You must now remove the 2 panels from either side of the controls. Both panels are held on by 2 Phillips head screws. The left side panel pulls outward and to the left. Now to remove the right side panel. Once the 2 screws that hold the right side panel in place have been removed, pull the panel out and to the left. Now to remove the front upper panel. Above each of the red on-off switches there is a 5/16 inch screw. Once all the screws have been removed, the panel can then come loose from the equipment. Be careful not to damage any wiring, switches, or lights when removing this panel. Once the panel has been removed, you will have access to the temperature probes to verify their placement. Taking a closer look behind the front panel, you will see the griddle temperature probes. There will be 1 probe per controller, and the probes are located in line and directly behind each red on-off switch on the front panel. The wire end of the probe should be approximately 3.5 inches away from the heat shield and should be fairly even with the burner manifold. The probes should not easily move and or be able to be pushed farther inside past the heat shield. Grab hold of the probe with the pair of pliers and verify if they are loose. If loose, reposition the probes so they are properly installed. If all checks okay, you can now reassemble the griddle. We will now review proper temperature probe placement and calibration procedures. It is very important to place the surface temperature probe in the correct positions on the griddle surface so that you can get the proper temperature readings. The surface temperature probe you are using should be placed approximately 10 to 12 inches back from the front lip of the griddle plate, in line with the red on-off switch for the heat zone you are wishing to calibrate. If griddle was turned on from a cold start, allow 45 to 60 minutes to stabilize, 30 minutes if the griddle was already hot. At this time, the griddle cannot be used. Make sure griddle surface is clean and clear of all food debris, and that the hood above the griddle is turned on. If calibrated correctly, temperatures should cycle between 15 degrees plus or minus of the set point. If calibration is required, remove the knob cover and set aside. Hold the knob tight and carefully loosen the 5/16 inch nut in the middle of the knob. Once the nut is loose, you can now move the indicator line on the knob to match the average temperature between the low and the high cycling temp for that heat zone. Once set correctly, hold the knob securely, retighten the nut in the middle of the knob, and allow the heat zones to cycle several times to verify your changes. Once all griddle heat zones have been calibrated correctly, reinstall the knob cover so that the 2 white lines align correctly. Congratulations! Your MagicKitch'n griddle should now be calibrated across all heat zones. Thank you for watching this instructional video presented by MagicKitch'n. If you have any questions or concerns, please visit our website at www.magickitchen.com or call us at 603-225-6684.